Hey there, it's Kafa Koala, and welcome to my channel. Okay, today I'll be drawing various graphics for my YouTube channel. That is my icon and my channel banner. For the icon, I thought I'd go with my mascot, who is a koala. I kind of sticked with the hairstyle that I had from when I had him on my Deviantart, which is also Kafa Koala that you can go and check if you want to, but I haven't updated it in a while. In the past, he covered one of his eyes. I didn't cover it in this drawing. I think I'm just going to be drawing two eyes from now on, because I think when I first created him I just covered one eye, because doing two eyes, one always kind of turns out wrong. So same colors as when I first created him, brown hair but gray like a koala would be. And I chose these two colors because when you like Google koala, they're either this dusty brown or gray. So those are two colors that I chose, and rather than having like different sections of him being different colors, I just gave him brown hair. I went with a purplish nose rather than a blackish nose because I felt like black would be way too dark and kind of set off from the line art, which I didn't plan to recolor. And then I gave it some highlights, and then I really do this white outline thing, but because the icon would be so small, I felt like I needed to do it. So regardless of how small it got, you'd be able to see the character better because it'll pop out more from the purple background. And then I just did the initials of my channel, which is CK Kafa Koala, because it's two words, and doing one didn't seem right, so then I just duplicated it, splashed it all about the thing, and then I like to use red and blue on overlay or screen to like really touch the colors, and this is how it turned out. Next, I kept the icon opened up and I started working on the banner because I wanted the banner to look very close to the icon. Like I wanted them to look like a pair. So for the icon, I was first planning to do a thing where he's climbing up, because the YouTube banner shows differently depending on like how you like what device you're using it on. So I was going to do it climbing up, but then I decided no, that's kind of stupid, because when it's on a TV and the full thing is showing, then it's going to look weird, because why does it sound like that? So I just did him looking up with peace sign, and then I definitely had to put my name on it. So then I was like, I don't just want to write it because my handwriting is not the best. So I looked at a font and copied it out and did it. Then I did line art, which is the most boring piece of art. Sooner or later, I'm just not gonna do any line art at all. The line art took a while, but for my style, I usually just draw and then erase if things don't connect properly. Like I rather just do a whole shape like what you see with the ears, and then just cut out for the bite mark. Signature hoodie that I always wear and that my mascot should wear, like the one little pocket. It's another thing that I had some trouble with. These arms. Okay, so lineup's pretty much done. Just a bit of cleaning up to do, because you can sometimes, as soon as you remove the sketch, you can see problems. And then I just line art the words, which was, I'd say for this one, harder than line arting the actual person. Now with the icon, that was a little hard to line art, even though it was small. So then like I said, I wanted them look alike, so I started off with basically the same purple, and then selected all of the outside of the character so that I could invert it and then just fill him. And that's usually how I work it. Select outside the line art, fill it, and that way I can just clip mask on for paint tool side. And before I started actually coloring, shading out of, I was like, this background is really too plain, so let me just doodle some stuff that have to do with my channel in the background. So then you see me, I did a notebook, a little speaker microphone, some band-aids, because even though he's careful, he's not really careful. He gets hurt a lot, much like me. And some pencils, because it is a drawing channel. And then I started putting in the colors. At this point I'm still on flat colors, just resting the colors where they should go, reorganizing the layers, because kind of a nitpick like that. I like to keep them in folders that Paint Tool SAI has. Photoshop has folders as well, and clipping mask. But when I do some art that's not on the computer, you'll see that some art programs don't really carry folders, and they don't tailor the clipping mask. Right here when I did the gradient, you can see why I like clipping masks, because you can basically just shade anywhere and then clip it, and it won't show anything aside from the layer you want it to show to. Added some shadows on one side so I could see where the light was kind of coming from. Made it less harsh, and then went back over it with the same color. And at this point I feel like the text looked fine, so now we just have to work on the actual mascot. Some basic shading, and then like some cell shading, which is a style that I used to do a lot, like just shade with the airbrush and then just go back with a hard pen or my hard brush and put in a couple lines of shade, and then sometimes I'll blur that out so the hard shading isn't hard all the way. And what is basically done. I was trying to figure out how I would do the nose, because I didn't know if I wanted to be light underneath or dark underneath, because like I said, he is looking up, but the light didn't look right. I started with light because his chin was light, but it didn't look right, so I went back, changed it to dark. I feel like I put way too much effort into the eyes, because I don't the eyes weren't perfectly even, so where I put the pupil was kind of weird, so I kept lightening it up every time I colored it. So you do see some details in the eyes, but they're not really that detailed where it was necessary when you look back on it. I went and changed the line art color for most of the things on this one, but I added little white dots. Okay, for that I just selected the layer and then I incremented it so I could get the white going directly around, and I dropped it a layer below so it wouldn't be touching on the layer. And that's my YouTube banner. If you want to see how the icon and banner look alike, you can head right over to my YouTube channel. It's been Careful Koala, signing out.